Hello, my name is Michele Liberati, and I'm working as freelance consultant in operations, supply chain management, and innovation management. In the past, I've been working for several consulting company in these fields, so operation, supply chain, and innovation consulting company based in Italy. And before that, I was working for automotive companies and in the university. I also teach as professor in innovation and project management at the University of Modena Reggio Emilia. My work is mostly based on Kaizen, lean thinking, and continuous improvement projects. Working with several companies right now in food industry, in manufacturing industry, in fashion industry, in logistics, and so on. So basically, I support these companies in during this project, and I provide some training to key people who are the people that are involved in continuous improvement. So the angels that bring change management and continuous improvement within these companies. I also collaborate with a consulting firm right now, especially on European project related to business model innovation. So basically my work is I spend most of my time working with people, either on project, let's say more than half of my time I work with them in this project, 20 to 30% in training, and the rest are other activities such as assessment, operational assessment, or basically that, in order to define then the project to be developed. So I had several critical moments in my career. The first one was after my thesis. I was doing my thesis as an internship in Ferrari. They asked me if I want to remain, to stay, and they proposed me a contract. But I was curious about being back to the university for the research. So I decided to quit and start the PhD at the University of Bologna. After that, after the PhD was another critical moment, because I put a lot of effort in this path, but at the end there was no possibility to continue here in Italy. So I had to change mindset, change expectation, redefine the objectives, and starting searching again for a job. I was lucky then because I found job in Fiat, another automotive company at that time. But it was a tough moment leaving the city where I was living, starting new life, new job in another city, traveling a lot. So it was a tough moment. And then after that, when another turning point was when I decided to move to consulting, which I thought could be more related to the competencies that I developed during the PhD. I find the job in consulting more interesting than the operational activity in company, and I thought could be more, let's say, useful for my growth. So that was a decision, another decision of my career. And then actually other critical moments were when I faced some personal issues, which of course had an impact on my career. Then I decided to quit my job at that time, being back home for staying with my family. And it wasn't easy because it wasn't easy for me to stay some months without a job. But was at the real end the choice, the right choice to take at that moment, and with perspective I can see it, and that gave me the possibility also to reflect on my future career. So I believe there are some moments where some person can need to stop for any reason, for familiar reason, for personal reason, for any other kind of reason, to reflect and reshape, redesign the future career. And the last one was when I quit the job at the consulting company, the collaboration with the consulting company I was working with, and starting my activities as a freelance. That happened by chance because I decided to go for a volunteering project to the US at that time, so I quit my job, but at the end that didn't come up because they denied my visa, so I had to stay here, and I basically, in this situation, I decided to start my own freelance activity, so search my first clients, and I'm happy to have done it, to be forced actually to have done it, because that brings other satisfaction afterwards. So the most useful skills in my career, of course, the base is technical skills, especially during the first year of my career. I learned several technical skills that were fundamental for my job, for consulting, for operation management, for supply chain, for innovation management. So there are some competencies, some knowledge, technical, that you have to know in order to do any job, especially this kind of job. Then with the time, of course, some communication skills were also super important to me. How to effectively communicate, how to engage people in training and in public speaking, and also some relational skills related to communication. So some emotional intelligence skills, how to learn and understand the feelings of your colleagues, of your clients. Then coaching skills were super important to me during the last few years. So learning how to coach people, how to use questions, how to build responsibility and awareness in the people, in the organization. It's essential for my job, and it's definitely key knowledge that was and still is super useful for my career. About the most important activities I do in my job, I will say training. It's essential. It's very hard to do any consulting if you don't do any activity, any training activities. So basically especially during the first part of the relationship with the clients, when I start collaborating with some company, I love to start with training, because that gives me the possibility to build a relationship with people, to understand the company. So that creates the environment for effectively delivering consulting services. Then, of course, I do project management a lot. So managing the project, so from project definition to scheduling activity, to monitoring the progress and the advance in accordance to the results that we agree at the beginning. Communication with the stakeholders, it's also very important for my activity. So steering committee and review of the projects and so on. Then there are working session, of course. So the working session I do either online, but most of the time in presence with the people involved in the project. With from engineer to team leaders to sometimes operators as well, especially if we are dealing with manufacturing improvement projects, and then in the last few years, since I'm involved in European project, I also dedicate time to reporting and presentation, activity reporting of projects. And then, of course, I teach at the university, so I prepare the training, the seminar, the lessons, and deliver the training at the university.